Dear student, how are you? Hope you all are well. Today I am again here with different topics. You know, most of the students, most of you sometimes don't identify what is noun from the sentence. You know, we need to identify noun when we use article, because article is used before noun, and we also should know what is noun when we try to use suffix or prefix before noun, or to make noun we need to use suffix or prefix. So we need to know noun. Also, subject verb agreement, when we use right form of verb, we need to know the noun, whether the noun is singular or plural. So our today's topic is noun and its classification. Do you know what is noun? Okay, noun is a naming word. It is a word used to name something, a person, place, thing, animal, material, relation, idea, or name of quality. If I want to say it in details, I can say noun is name of person, name of place, name of thing, name of object, name of food, name of fruit, name of flowers, name of animals, name of relation, name of idea, name of materials, or name of quality. So when any word indicates any name, then we can say the word is noun. Okay, dear student, do you know how many kinds of noun? Yes, firstly, noun is two kinds. One is concrete noun and other is abstract noun. Concrete means the noun which physically exists and we can experience by our five senses. Do you know what are our five senses? Our five senses are eye, nose, ear, tongue, and skin. We can realize, we can understand something by touching, by hearing, by smelling, by tasting, or by seeing. So these are our five senses. If we can experience something by our five senses, then we can call it concrete noun. Here I mention it physically exists and can be experienced by the five senses. And the abstract noun is opposite, different things, opposite to the concrete noun. Abstract noun does not exist physically. We can't see it by our five, we can't understand, we can realize, or we can't experience by our five senses. So you are clear what is concrete noun and what is abstract noun. If we can understand or realize by our five senses, that means seeing, smelling, tasting, hearing, or touching, then we can, what I can touch, that will be concrete noun. And the noun which can't be experienced by our five senses, we can't see, we can't smell, we can't hear, we can't taste, and we can't touch anything, the noun is called abstract noun. Dear student, concrete noun are four kinds. One is proper noun, number 2 common noun, number 3 collective noun, and number 4 material noun. So concrete noun is four kinds and other is abstract noun. So totally noun is five kinds: proper noun, common noun, collective noun, material noun and abstract noun. Now let's start. What is proper noun? Proper noun, the noun which indicates a specific names of people, place, things or idea. Usually, proper noun starts with a capital letter. On the other hand, common noun is the name which indicates the name of the general name of people, place, things or idea. Now, I am going to give you some example so that you can understand proper noun and common noun. Dear student, here I gave you some example. Look at the whiteboard. Here I wrote Humayun Ahmed. Do you know who is Humayun Ahmed? Humayun Ahmed is a specific name of a person, but his common name is, he is a writer. Hussain Ahmed, my name is Hussain Ahmed, but now I have another common name, I am a teacher. Shubho, that means a boy, name of a boy. Nadia, name of a girl. Kumilla, name of a city. Lengra, name of a mango. Janardhanpur, my village name. Name of a village. The Podda, name of a river. Bangladesh, name of a country. Shas, the earth, name of a planet. Asia, name of a continent, and so many things. So, I think you can understand when we find any name specific, then we can say it is proper noun. And when we find any general names of people, place or things, then we can say these are common noun. So, I hope you are clear what is proper noun and what is common noun, and you can identify from the sentence common noun and proper noun. It's very much important when you use article. Dear student, collective noun is the names that refers to a group of people, things. Collective noun, the name which refer to a group of people or things. Here I gave you some example. Army, army is a group of people, you know. In Bangla, Sena Bahini. Audience, in Bangla, Dorshok, you know, a lot of people makes a audience. Family, father, mother, wife, sister, daughter, son, consist of a family. Navy, in Bangla, no Bahini. So here a lot of people consist Navy. Team, you know, Bangladesh cricket team. Here there is no one person, 11 person makes a team. Class, class means Sreni. Here a lot of people makes a class, higher class, lower class, middle age. Crowd, in Bangla, Janota. So here a lot of people makes a crowd. Jury, a lot of lawyer makes jury. Jury means Bicharak Borgo. Committee, you know, a chairman, a secretary, a cashier, and some other people makes a committee. Society, society does not mean a person, it is a group of people. Senate, a group of minister. Mantri Porishad. Faculty, in Bangla, Anushad. In university, science faculty. That means when you find science faculty, it doesn't mean one subject, not physics, chemistry, biology, but all subject of science faculty, or first year, second year, third year, this faculty. Group, Gushti, party, dol, council, সম্মেলন, furniture, আসবাবপত্র, chair, table, almira, a lot of things makes furniture. So, I hope you can understand what is collective noun. When we find the names of group of things or group of people, then we can say the word is collective noun. Dear student, number 4, material noun. Material means padartho, shuchok. The noun that physically exists and cannot be counted but can be measured. The noun is called material noun. Here I gave you some example. Water, you know, pani, we can't count it, but it is physically exist. Oil, toil, air, bayu or batas, salt, lobon, sugar, chini, flour, moida or wheat, gom, rice, chal, wood, কাঠ, gold, স্বর্ণ, silver, রূপ, copper, তামা, iron, লোহা, sand, বালি, honey, মধু, tea, চা. So these are material noun as these are physically exist and can be counted but it can be measured. So I think you can identify the word are material noun. Number 5, abstract noun. I already gave you the definition that they name something that you can't experience with your 5 senses. We can't touch it, we can't see it, we can't understand by hearing, understand by tasting or understand by smelling. The names is called abstract noun. Here I gave some example. Honesty, that means shatota, we can't touch anybody's honesty. Cruelty, nishthirota. Happiness, shuk. Kindness, doya. Wisdom, bigyota. Love, bhalobasha. Mercy, ক্ষমা. Intelligence, বুদ্ধিমত্তা. Freedom, স্বাধীনতা. Friendship, বন্ধুত্ব. Kinship, আত্মীয়তা বা সম্পর্ক. Poverty, দারিদ্রতা. Richness, ধনাঢ্যতা. So these words we can't, these things we can't touch or we can't experience with our 5 senses. We can't see by our eyes. Here student, as I have more times, so I would like to discuss about noun more things. Here noun is again 2 kinds. One is countable noun and other is uncountable noun. Sometimes we can't recognize as whether the noun is singular or plural. The subject is singular or plural. For this we need to know countable and uncountable noun. Here I mentioned countable noun. The noun which can be counted is called countable noun. The noun which can be counted is called countable noun. Countable noun can have 2 forms, singular and plural forms. But uncountable noun, the noun which cannot be counted is called uncountable noun. Uncountable noun always uses as a singular form. I already mentioned you noun are 5 kinds: proper, common, material, collective and abstract. Proper noun, common noun and collective noun can be counted, so they are countable noun. But material noun and abstract noun can't be counted. So now we need to know how to change a noun singular to plural. You should know some rules to make any noun, to change any noun singular to plural. Follow the whiteboard. Regular plurals are formed by adding s to the singular forms. Here I mentioned some example. Book, I only use s to make it plural. Books. Flower, flowers. Teacher, teachers. Student and students, I only use s. So regular plurals are formed adding s to the singular form. By adding es to nouns ending in ss, sh, ch, o, x, we can change the nouns in singular to plurals by adding es. When we find sh, ch, x, s, o, here I gave some example. Class, ss, so I use es. Watch, ch, so here used es. Box, here x, so es. Charts, churches. Bus, buses. 42, 42s. Pitch, pitches. Wish, wishes. Noun ends in consonant and y change to ies in the plurals. If we find any noun ends in consonant and y, then we change y into ies in the plurals. Here I give some example. Country, r, consonant, y, so I use ies instead of y. And follow here victory, victories, lady, ladies, baby, babies, story, stories, spy, spy means guptachar, spies, city, cities, daisy, daisies. But if we find vowel and y, we only use s, not ies. Here boy, boys, day, days, key, keys, we only use here s, as here there is a vowel and y. So, by adding ves to nouns ending in f or fe, if we find f or fe at the end of a noun, we can change the noun singular to plural by adding ves. Here look, you see half, here f, and I use ves instead of f. And in this way, knife, fe, knives, wife, wives, life, lives, loaf, paruti, that means loaves, leaf, leaves. Some common nouns have irregular plurals. They don't follow any rules. Here child, children, ren, by adding ren, but the word doesn't follow any rules. Foot, feet, tooth, teeth, mouse, mice, louse, that means ukun, lice, goes, geese, man, mean, women, women. Some nouns are always singular ending in s. Here news, though here there is a s, but the word is not plural, it is singular. Athletics, linguistics, darts, politics, civics. But exception, trousers and jeans are always plural. Dear student, I hope you learned a lot from this class. Actually, if you want to learn any word, we need to know the meaning of the word, spelling of the word, and finally we need to make sentence apply in our language. When we do these things, we can attain this word. So I hope you all know from my today's class about noun and its classification. Now I want to give you some homework. I think you have these books, English grammar and composition, and go to page number 10 and 11. You will find exercise 1, 2, 3 and 4. You will do it and show it your class teacher. Best of luck. I hope you will spend your time at home and you will do your exercise. Thank you very much.